Silence! Fenzar is typing.
What's going on, everyone? Welcome, Rabid here, and let's take a look at the latest announcement, or I guess mention about the forward and future of ZEPHYR. So right now we have Fenzar was typing yesterday at 9:30 p.m. So sometime last night, just had a long meeting with High Boost going over all the changes for HFV11. That is hard fork version 11. This is the hard fork that implements ZEPHYR back to normal. All transfers and everything will be enabled again. Pools at that point can start paying out all the miners. Some people have larger freaking sums up on the pools than they have in their own wallets. It's pretty insane because the yields are extremely high right now. So we are being extra cautious and had a few extra things to do and test. Things are looking fantastic though, just a matter of cleaning up, etc., and triple checking everything before we push. Date will be announced very soon, ASAP. I wanted to have that for everyone already, but we really are pushing for that extra level of scrutiny for what is effectively our relaunch. So, technically it's almost going to be like a relaunch. Everything is going in terms straightforward in mining your mining blocks. You can't move any coins anywhere. Pools cannot pay the miners. It's not the pool's problem. It's just that the chain is halted. Mining presumes, but transfers and everything cannot happen right now. This fork will enable that again, and hopefully we see some moon action. Now let's just kind of rewind a little bit into what's going on, as the original date and time for the audit process has gone by. It is over with, but there was an extension because MEXC couldn't get their act together and they've been taking their time. So here we can see audit extension, hard fork version 10 now live. This is posted on the 5th month, 11th day, so May 11th here. And audit extension, hard fork version 10 now live. Last chance to audit your coin. So it's pretty much giving everyone a second chance to get it done. No more excuses. I made multiple videos when we got this news and stuff, and that's pretty much where it is. But moving into kind of what's going on with MEXC right now, here we can see May 31st. Over the last few days, we have come to an agreement with MEXC in regards to on how we can facilitate minting their balance difference in the next hard fork. So it's like they're not even going to do it, and there's a lot of coins on the exchange. It's the largest exchange for ZEPHYR, and a lot of users bought coins there. So if they lose all the coins, all those coins will be wiped, because anything that is unaudited come hard fork 11 will be gone. Only audited coins will exist, and MEXC looks like they're not even going to be able to get it done. It's been a challenging process due to some language barrier issues and just dealing with a large organization like MEXC is. They have strict Octa.Space restrictions, which has caused issues with them not being able to take action on some of my suggestions that would enable them to complete their audit in the first place. So they just didn't want to do it. Probably. I'm just kidding. There's probably a lot more going on there, but I wish they'd have made that clear a month ago naturally. So a lot of issues happening. Regardless of any of this, we have the power in this chain to make them whole, so they are forced to comply with us moving forward. The foot is coming down. We've already started development on hard fork version 11, but doing this process is adding on more development and testing time than we otherwise have to do. Once I have clear idea of our timeline, I'll officially announce the hard fork with its set ETA. Going to be a big week coming, that's for sure. All right, so just for a reference of the current network, it looks like on pools we got about 94 mega hash. Network hash rate is around 104. So it's very low compared to the over 2 gigahash when ZEPHYR was screaming upwards to $50, which means yields are extremely high. And the network hash rate is up quite a bit than what it was because the price has been going up. It was down to like 80 mega hash for quite some time here. So let's take a look at some numbers here just to kind of get an idea of things. So ZEPHYR has been actually gaining a little bit of price here. Hope for it. Now it's dipping down again. Obviously nowhere near when it was at $50. But we come in, look at everything currently based on 104 mega hash online. A 7950X is currently earning a little over 1 coin per day, and that is about 98 cents before any power costs. That is one rig, a single rig at about 170 watts. You could get it down to about 140 if you run it like an X3D. You'll probably get down to about 20 to 21 kilohash in that case. Remember, this was also down. Some people were mining this at about 83 mega hash online, and we can see the yields were up to 1.29 coins a day, or $1.23 if you were mining it or if you were to sell it today, which you obviously can't. But the point here is looking at yields and stuff moving forward. I really think Zeph, obviously I hope it was 50, 100, 400 freaking dollars like Monero would be amazing. But obviously that's going to be a tough road to hit with all the stuff and turmoil it's gone through. But you know, $2, $3, $5 plus could very well be achieved. So if that is the case, let's just have a look here. If this hits, say, $4 moving in after this, that means people who have been mining it in this downturn, a single 7950X was making $5.16 a day. Absolutely insane off a yield of 1.29. Now we just looked, the network hash rate is climbing a little bit already. It's sitting at 104 mega hash. That puts us down to $4.12 on a single rig. That means if I was to have my farm or something on here, is this what I got here? Oh, that's times 50, so I need to times by 45. So that's about $185 per day that my CPU mining farm would be pulling on Zeph here. So that is pretty insane. You know, huge profits are meant to be had. So many people are, you know, writing Zeph out of the water, saying it's dead. And, you know, it might not hit that $50 range again. It might not go up there. But if you have been mining it through this downturn when blood is in the water, I really think you have a huge potential. Zeph doesn't even need to move up that much for massive profits to be had. So I just want to point that out. You know, it's not about, you know, some of the dumbest coins in the world make you the most amount of money. I'm not calling Zeph dumb, but I'm just saying, you know, it's been through a lot of turmoil. People are turning their backs on it, and it won't take much for huge mining profits to occur from it. All right, guys. Anyway, Hard Fork 11 is coming. For people who keep on DMing me or asking me questions and, you know, wherever on comments and stuff, how come I'm not getting my pool payments and stuff? Or the pool's stealing my coins? No, they are not. No one is able to transfer any Zeph since the hard fork happened for the audits. Once Hard Fork 11 goes through, all the pools will be processing your payments, because then token transfers or coin transfers will be allowed again at that point in time, and the Zeph network will be back to normal. So it is coming. Transfers are open. Everyone will get their pool payments, and everything will be running as it should. Thank you for watching. I'll see you on the next one. Rabid out.